Pleasant morning, kids. Today in our session, let's learn about important resource. Any guess what is that? Yeah, it's water. Can you survive without water? We can't even imagine a life without water, right? So, it's important to learn about water as well as how to conserve water. In part 1 of this chapter, you learn about availability of water. Well, that 3/4 of Earth is covered with water. So, Earth is called as water planet or blue planet. Of 3/4 of water which is available in our Earth, 2/3 is saline water and it is not fit for human consumption. Whereas only 2.7% of fresh water is available in our earth. In that 2.7% of fresh water, 70% is in the form of ice sheets and glaciers like Antarctica, Greenland and mountain regions, and it's not accessible by humans because of their locations. Is it easy for us to get some water from Antarctica from our Kovalpeti region? No, it is not possible. So only 1% of fresh water is available for human access and found as groundwater, rivers, lakes, etc. and also as water vapor in our atmosphere. Fresh water is most precious in our world and it can neither be added nor subtracted from the earth. Total volume of water on remains constant. That is through recycling, water takes place again and again. Let's say a water cycle, how it happened through a process of evaporation, transpiration. This water goes up and mix with the dust particles and form as cloud. Once clouds are formed, then there is precipitation. It's nothing but rainfall and it's runoff. So, from this water cycle, we understood why we are saying it's constant. We humans use huge amount of water not only for drinking and washing but also for agriculture, industries and also in generating electricity. And we also contaminating water, so we are facing water shortage. There is water scarcity in many parts of the world. Have you heard about water market? That is, Umbrella City is completely depends on purchasing water from nearby talukas. Umbrella City comes under Gujarat. And what to be done or how to conserve this important resource? First, by afforestation, that we have to plant number of trees to get proper rainfall, rainwater harvesting to save surface runoff, and canals in irrigation field should be properly lined to minimize water loss by seepage. Sprinklers technology or drip irrigation is very useful to supply enough amount of water to the farming field. Next is natural vegetation and wildlife. When we talk about natural vegetation and wildlife, it means its biosphere. That is the contact between lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere in the narrow zone where the life exists. Lithosphere is nothing but it's a land and hydrosphere is all the water bodies in our earth and atmosphere is a space between both land and sky. So in biosphere, the living beings are interrelated and interdependent on each other for survival. So this life supporting system is known as ecosystem. When we talk about vegetation and wildlife, it's flora and fauna. Flora is plant life and fauna is animals life. Okay, first let's see about flora. What flora provides us that's food, timber, shelter, oxygen, and they protect soil for vegetation. Next is fauna. It is a wildlife which also includes animals, birds, insects, and aquatic life forms too. And what the animals provides us, that is meat, milk, hides, which acts as a shelter and wool. Insects like bees provides us honey and it also helps in pollination of flowers. Some birds like vulture, they act as a scavenger or cleansing agents of our earth. Nowadays, vultures in our Indian subcontinent were dying of kidney failure because of the livestock which has been fed by vulture is completely treated with painkillers like diclofenac, aspirin and ibuprofen. And some of the efforts are on to ban the drugs for livestock use and breed cultures in captivity. Let's see about distribution of natural vegetation. That is areas with heavy rainfall have huge and dense growth of trees. And areas with moderate rainfall where the trees and their density decreases, that is a grasslands. And areas with dry areas, that is thorny shrubs and scrubs. Leaves have thorny and waxy surface. What you learn in your 7th standard. And areas with cool climatical conditions, that is mosses and lichens. Example, we can say it is about tundra vegetation. Let's see about classification of forest. It is evergreen and deciduous forest. Evergreen forests do not shed their leaves simultaneously in any season of the year. And deciduous forests shed their leaves in a particular season to conserve loss of moisture through transpiration. Let's see how to conserve all these natural vegetation and wildlife. As we all know, forest is our important wealth because plants give shelter to the animals and together they maintain the ecosystem. The changes of climatical conditions and human interferences can cause the loss of natural habitats for the plants and animals and deforestation. And then poaching is one of the major concerns which results in the sharp decline in the number of particular species. The animals are poached for collection and illegal trade of hides, skins, nails, teeth, horns and feathers. Let's see how to conserve or to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife. That is, number of national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves are made. Due to indiscriminate killing, several birds and animals have either become extinct or on the verge of extinctions. And number of awareness programs like social forestry and Vana Mahotsava should be encouraged in schools as well as in both regional and community level too. It is our ethical duty of each and every citizen to conserve all the plants and animals. And our government also has taken necessary steps to conserve all these resources. Do you know CITES? It is the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna. It is an international agreement between the countries that is to ensure the international trade to specimens of wild animals and plants does not threaten their survival at any cost. Nearly 5,000 species of animals and 28 species of plants are protected, like bears, dolphins, cacti, corals, orchids, and all these are some of the example which has been completely protected under this agreement. So, we are in time to save all our resources, not only for our generation as well as for our future generation too. So, our earth, it is not our own property. So, be aware of all these resources and we have to conserve all these resources. Thank you, students. Bye. Stay safe, stay home, stay happy.